being here for our, well, brand new show. It's a brand new 1 hour show, which is called Quickfire Craft Picks, and it does exactly what it says on the screen. We are, over the course of the show, going to be giving you some quickfire deals. We basically, it's a little bit game showy, really, because we are going to have a selection of items. We will have 3 minutes to talk around a particular item. If the opportunity is there to potentially do a quick demo on it, you know, if it's a die, we could run it through as embossing board or whatever. And then once that 3 minutes is up on that particular item, we're not going to see it again. It's gone, we move on. Now, it may well be that I'm chatting away and my 3 minutes is up. The clock hits 0, camera goes from me, goes over to Debbie. It's too late. Debbie will be off on her item, and that's how the show is going to run over the course of the next hour. So if you see something that you like that we're talking about, get it into your basket as fast as you can, because as I say, once we've shown it, you won't be seeing it again in this show. 3 minutes on each item. How are we all feeling about this? I'm feeling okay, quite excited, a little bit nervous. This show, by the way, is the first hour of a 2-hour extravaganza. The second hour of this show, we're going to be masterclassing on all things embossing folders. You don't need to go anywhere at the end of this little segment, because it will roll straight into the next show. So that's the important thing to tell you. Debbie is over the other side of the studio. How are you feeling about this new show, Debbie? Quickfire Craft Picks.
Can't wait. Let's get started. Let's stop mucking around and let's get into it.
Oh, she's ready for it already.
I am, yeah.
Oh, we're off. I was just going to say a few hellos. I've got to say a few hellos first before we get... It's starting me clock. Starting me clock. We've got Jan on the socials for this one. We've got Jen Shank saying hello and good morning. Karen Hughes says good afternoon. Wayne is in. Sheila's Wayne. Hi to Ben, Debbie, Jan and team. And Terry Berries. Terry H says, I'm here. Good morning all from Iowa. So the first deal, let's get the details up on the screen. Bosh, there you go. We've got 2 minutes 35 to take you all around this. It is our metal die Harvest cornucopia. Did we notice this year or last year? I can't even remember. It is a beautiful die for you to be able to use if you're thinking harvest time, if you're thinking Thanksgiving time. This is absolutely perfect. But actually, why can't you just have a cornucopia right throughout the year? You've got some beautiful designs in there, from your pumpkins to your squashes. You've even got a little bit of foliage in there too. And what's so great about this, yes, edgeable, but more of like a die grid, as I call it, like a creator card edgeable, which is going to be the focal point of your project. Add a little bit of colour, you know, back it if you want to, add a little sentiment like you're seeing just here, and you have got a beautiful, beautiful card straight out of the box. 5.5 by 5.7 is the dimension on this. $13.59 or $15.99. Now you might think to yourself, well, Ben's going to have to talk for a long time, isn't he? Because he hasn't got anything to craft with over this side of the studio. Ha! That's where you'd be wrong, because I've come prepared with the Ben Mosby Gemini MIDI Simplicity without the electricity.
Have you brought that in?
Yeah, I brought that over. So what I've done, I've popped this inside my little folder here. I've got a little bit of card, cut it down to size. I've done a little bit of...
cut him.
I'm going to just run this through and see what happens, basically. Run it through. We crafted together earlier on, didn't we? So I thought,
absolutely,
you know, we'd do a little bit of crafting now. Run that through the machine there. Look at that. This was the first... this was the first Gemini MIDI, did you know, to have the raspberry colouring.
Yes, I know it was.
True story. Were you on air in that show? I think you were, weren't you?
No, I think I was watching. I was watching.
Here we go. Just pop that one out. Look at that. Now you just need to trim this bit off. Oh, be careful pulling that out, Ben. That has cut like an absolute dream. You won't be against the clock. How long have I got? 45 seconds.
Right, you've got plenty of time.
You won't be against the clock doing this, but I will just need to trim this off here, off the bottom. Hang on, I haven't got any scissors. I'll just tear that off carefully. Look at that. Black card stop, black card stop.
Jumper. You jumper. Lower.
Look at that.
Lower.
Beautifully done. That is your stunning Harvest cornucopia. Use it in your MIDI, use it in your Junior, use it in your Gemini too. You've got a beautiful Harvest piece there for just £13.59 if you're a Platinum member, $15.99 if you're shopping in the US and you're a Platinum member. What a great start to the show. Get it into your basket, because you will not see that again. As we go 4, 3, 2, 1, we're getting ready to hand over to Debbie with her first deal.
It's my turn. Get off. Off you go. You get ready for your next one. I'm going to start with, I always say, everyone should have sentiments in their life. Are you okay over there?
Sorry, I'm just cleaning me die.
He's doing it on purpose to put me off. Literally, the special friend dye is one of those that I use a lot of. I know we all joke that I use with love, but there are a lot in this range, and Special Friend is here today for £4.99 or $5.99. But of course, if you are a Platinum member, you have got this today for £3.99 or $4.79. A really useful one to have, and a nice size as well. So it does go in your mini. We launched these with the mini. And I've done a bit of prep too, Johnny. Got a little bit of cardstock out there. Get my dye, a run through, and then bring it into your mini or your midi or your big machines, and literally just could I cut that through there? I'll just bring that back for that extra little bit of a cut. And then you've got your Special Friend, which is a nice size, to be fair. I like this size. Let's see if I can chuck. There we go. Look at that. Beautifully die cut out. In fact, let me pop that onto my little tag. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
How lovely is that? A really nice font as well, and one you can separate. If you want to separate it, just take your little scissors and cut across the top, and there you can separate it. And then you could have your friend separate, you could have your special separate. I do like it together, I'm not going to lie. And you can multi-cut that, multi-cut it into different things. What I like about it, I don't know if you've noticed, and I never really noticed this before or paid any attention to it then, but do you know your friend? It's like dropping higher, lower, higher, lower. I love how that font.
Higher, my love. Lower, lower, higher. Is it higher or is it dropping lower?
Excuse me, it's my clock, it's my time.
Yeah, don't cut me in.
Yeah, well, no, you can say it, but you ain't coming out and cutting out onto my time. Although I've got loads of time now, so I'm, 1 minute left. So if this, and I will say, joking aside, it's a nice little font to have in, a nice die set to have in your crafty stash for those times when you need to say something to a special friend, whether it be an happy birthday, whether it be with love, joking aside. But yeah, literally the loveliest little one that you can have in your collection at a fabulous price. So I'll repeat that price for you again. It's £4.99 or $5.99 if you are not a member of Club Inspire. If you're not, go and sign up free of charge. What is he saying in me here? Oh, is it busy? Sorry, it's busy. I do apologise. I wasn't listening. We've only got till 3 o'clock. Yep, okay. So these deals are only on till then, is that right? Okay, I didn't know that. Someone should have briefed me that before we started.
I said that.
To be fair, I was filming.
Oh, yeah.
I was filming for the first half hour. Right, get your special friend, £3.99, $4.99. Wait a minute, $4.79. Over to you, Ben.
Hi to Pat, who's with us. Linda Armstead's in Maryland. Laurie is in. Alison Mason says, I love the stickers on your MIDI, Ben. Yeah, they're there. They're not. They're the stickers. They're built into it. Susan B's in. Mary Short is in. Carolyn Byrne joins us. Lois Sciaticus. Carolyn joins us as well. Next up is this 15-piece Amore set. It is a beautiful Amore. When the moon hits the sky like a bigger pizza pie, that's Amore. That's Amore. This is a brilliant set, actually. 15-piece die set, allowing you to build the most beautiful projects for... Well, automatically you think about Valentine's here, don't you? But let me just say something with 2 minutes 19 on the clock. You shouldn't just be thinking about sending love on Valentine's. You could send love on February the 14th, which is Valentine's. You could send it on the 15th of February. You could send it on the 16th of February, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th of February. You could send it in March if you wanted to. If you want to send love in April, of course, you can do that too. May, June, July, August. Send love right throughout the year. If you want to send love at Christmas time, of course, you can do that too. 15-piece set you're going to get. $15.99 is your platinum price on this, or $19.96. If I flip that around, I've chosen some of the dies actually here to run through my little Gemini MIDI. So I'll cut a few of them for you. But basically, you get a whole host of different dies to create lots of different cards. And what's nice about this as well, you know, it doesn't have to just be kind of, you know, love doesn't have to be Valentine's. Key to the door you could have there, couldn't you? 21. But look, I've whacked a load down here. I haven't taped any down, so I'm taking a little bit of a risk here. But we're going to run this through. Minute 20 on the clock. Uh-oh. 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 It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I don't want the dies to move because I haven't taped them. It's fine. Just run this through. I'll just show you because you've got big hearts, you've got little hearts, you've got stitched hearts, you've got the key in there, you've got some sentiments as well. Quick look at, right, here we go, for example. You've got 2 hearts living in just one mind. Look, so I've cut out some beautiful little hearts there, for example. Look at those, absolutely beautiful. Oh, look here, little Little heart there with the little key to my heart, with a little stitched heart there as well, which I've cut out. And it also cuts in little patterns as well. So obviously, look at that there, little heart made up of all the floral elements. One here, little hearts cut into your project. And again, obviously, I've got loads and loads of little hearts that I can use for shakers. I have somewhere as well. Where's that gone? Oh, I've dropped them all. You've got your love you as well. They've all fallen out, you see, but you can like pop your love yous onto your projects as well. It's the power of the MIDI. It is 15 dies in total. £15.99 if you're a platinum member. If you're in the US and you're shopping for this today, it is $19.96. Get it if you love it. You're not going to see it again. That is your 3 minutes on the Love Heart Metal Die Elements Amore. Go.
I'm going to have to give you a little bit of a round of applause there, because that was blooming good, Mr. Mosby. Right, I have got the Artist Accessory Kit. Now, this kit was specifically designed to give you some little tools for your craft room for when you're playing with your inks, when you're doing lots of your background techniques and things like that. So there's some nice little bits in here. I'm going to start with the price. It is a 5-piece kit, and it is £6.99 or $8.99. If you are not in Club Inspire, am I going to repeat myself? Yes, I am. Join that club. You can experience a platinum member. Do we still do the 20% off the first order? Yeah. We'll have to check that one because sign up for the emails and that will happen. And you can take advantage of that platinum club membership level to start with, right, at 20% off, because that's where platinum is. £5.59 or $7.19 for your artist kit that has been designed to work for all your artistic creations. So I'm going to get out all of my 5 pieces in here. It's perfect for your liquid watercolours, because with your liquid watercolours you need a nice little pipette, and that's exactly what you're getting in there. You literally just take a little drop from your ink, pop it into there, and then you can drop that onto your canvases, your cardstock, whatever it is that you want to do. And you're not getting one, you're getting 2 of those. So you're getting 2 pipettes in there. You've also got, for me, one tool that no one should be without, the water spritzer. Now, the water spritzer means that you can just put water in there if you want to put water in. And then literally when you come to do that fine mist of water, that's what you're going to use. However, you can also make your own coloured sprays. And I've got a lot of these. I was looking for the one in my bag, but again, it's gone missing. I thought I had it. But I pop a little bit of ink into the bottom of there, fill it with water, and then I've made my own little watercolour background. So that's another little thing that you can do with these. You're getting one of those in there, and then 2 handy little pots that you are also getting in here. Now, this can be for anything. It can be literally for anything to put in mixing colours, if you wanted to mix colours. You could use it for popping gems in. I will be totally honest, that's exactly what I've done with mine. I fill mine up with some little gems, and they're in my boot actually, where I just pop mine in there. But you can use it for any ink application, any colour mixing palette, anything like that. Or if you want to put some spare pastes in there or spare inks, make your own inks in there as well. 2 handy little pots is what they are that you're getting. And again, the price that you're seeing on the screen is the price that you're going to pay today for a fabulous little artist kit. And I do love it for that reason. It's always handy to have things like that, I shan't lie. So 2 pipettes, 1 water spritzer, 2 empty pots with the lids for you to do absolutely anything you want with your artist creation, makes, whatever it is that you want to do with your liquid watercolours, inks and things like that. So Ben.
Hello, over to me, photograph paper. I'll just say, I suppose I've got an advantage here because I've got some messages coming through. Hi to Avra, says good afternoon everyone, hope you're all well. Evelyn's joined us, Paul Prince is in, Natalie Howe joins us too. Hi to Jean Marie as well, and Karen says my £99 doodle, Patrick, who loves TV and cell phones, decided to half climb up onto my lap and watch the show on my computer with me. He's enthralled, he thinks everyone is talking to him. What's he called? Patrick! Patrick!
Aww.
Hello, Patrick. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Right, we're going to talk about... Can someone remind me in my ear what the photograph paper launched with what?
It launched with the ink pads. It was, you know, the watercolour, the little, I call them a little teardrop.
The ombre ink pad ones.
Yes, the ombre ink pads.
That's what this launched with. And let me just tell you, when we launched it, it was so super popular. We had so many people jumping in and grabbing this separate to those watercolour ink pads. You're getting 100 pieces within this kit. It's 5 by 7 in size, 200 GSM you're going to be getting here, and it's got, if I get this out here, it's got that beautiful like glossy finish to it as well, so perfect to use with our ink pads, great to create those like beautiful, vibrant, can you see the gloss on there if I give it a little wheel? Great to, you know, for your vibrant creations, perfect for your handmade cards, perfect for your scrapbooking as well. You can use your alcohol markers on here. You can use your water-based inks. You can use them on here, just take a little bit longer to dry. And obviously, if you're doing things like your scrapbooking, this would be absolutely perfect for as well. But if you just love, did I remember as well? And I might be making this up, but I'm sure somebody was buying this and someone was saying at the time, you had loads of messages from people about sublimation, using that with photo papers.
Yes. Yep.
Wasn't it? That's something that you can do with your photo papers as well. I don't know where I've just pulled that from, but any information will do when you've got to spend 3 minutes talking about photograph paper. It is at £7.99. You are getting 100 sheets in here, as I say, 1036, and it is 5x7 as well. You know, and if you want to use this with things like your most inkjet printers, you'll be able to use this with as well. If you want to be able to pop it through your printers, that kind of stuff. Maybe put your digital papers on here as well. You can do that. It's just a really, really lovely set of cardstock to have alongside your usual stuff, like your stamping card, like your matte black card, like your craft card, all of that stuff. If you haven't tried it yet as well, what a price for 100 sheets of this stuff, 5x7, £7.99 if you are a platinum member, 1036. If you've got those ombre ink pads, by the way, which we've had on the shows recently without the photograph paper, we've been selling those with the Shadow Mark ink pad. If you haven't picked this up yet, grab it, try it with those ombre ink pads, and you will thank us later. Busy for this, not going to see it again. It's over to Debbie.
Bulk buy is all I'm going to say. Bulk buy, because I love that stuff. It's so incredible. You cannot have that in your life. Right, moving on to my Opaque pigment ink pad. Do you want something that is a fade-free ink? Do you want something that's long drying, as in like it doesn't dry quickly? Do you want it like a bit of sticky ink, as we often refer to it, because it means you can blend with it, you can heat emboss with it. But if you want a rich, slow drying, gorgeous consistency ink pad, then this is the one for you, and it is our Frosty Jade. £5.99 or $8.99. Platinum price £4.79 or $7.99. And the Opaque pigment ink pad is perfect for all of those applications that I've just said because of this. And this is that lovely sponge. Can you see the difference between that sponge, what you would see with our other ink pads? Because this is a natural pigment. It's not our man-made one. So our water reactive and our quick dry are man-made. These are our natural pigment. And these are fabulous for blending. Let me grab a blending tool. I never thought to grab a blending tool. Talk about not being prepped there. Woo! You can stamp with them. I've actually got a stamp. I found a stamp in there. So you can stamp with them. So literally, look at that. I just absolutely adore our pigment ink pads. Oops, chucking bits around there. Oh, what are you doing, Debbie? What are you doing?
What do you like?
I know, what am I like? And so you can then, let me just grab a crafting mat. Pop that underneath, a little stamp mat. You can then stamp with them. So again, stamp, and you get that lovely stamp. And then you can do things like ET emboss with them as well. So you can chuck some embossing powder over the top. How am I doing for time? Huh? There, get this, look at me, minute 13. Woo. Right, let's see if I can get that going. So you can blend with them, naturally blend with them, but then you can do things like this as well. You can do all your little background techniques with them, do you know, like, because it is, you can still paint with them. It is, I love the pigment, Opaque pigment ink pads is the word I'm looking for. Come on, guys, let's get this going. There we are, it's starting. That magic is starting to happen, as you can see. Great for a close-up there, Jamie, thank you very much. But I do love our Opaque pigment ink pads. Debbie will get that word right. I haven't had a coffee, that's my problem. Did you see how long I got for my dinner?
Not very long, did you? 25
minutes. Jamie got even less. And I genuinely can't eat that fast. So yeah, 25 seconds. Stop talking about that, Debbie. £5.99 for an absolutely incredible ink pad that you can do so many different things with, and I absolutely love it in Frosty Jade. It is absolutely beautiful, and there you go, you can be doing things like that with it. I would do another little one over the top, but absolutely, seriously, get hold of the ink pad whilst you can.
Quick fire craft, that's what it's all about. We're continuing this through until 3 o'clock, and then we are going straight into a masterclass with embossing folders. Just have a look at this. Let's get in nice and close on this embroidery hoop here, because I want to talk about this embroidery hoop here, something that every stitcher, beginner or expert should have in their toolkit. The humble embroidery hoop. Now, it might look simple, but you've got 2 rings, little screw on top here as well, but honestly, this is one, look at the screw. This is one of those craft essentials that completely will transform the way that you work. Now, this is basically, you're going to hold your fabric nice and taut, and when you tighten up that little screw there, it's going to create like a snare drum in your drum kit. It's going to give you like that really sort of tight drum skin there. Your fabric is stretched evenly, and then your needle, once it's even, is going to glide smoothly through. Your stitches become more consistent, and your design looks cleaner and more professional. No puckering, no tugging, no unraveling. It's the foundation of beautiful embroidery. Now, inside, you've got the inner ring here. Now, that's your base, all right? The outer ring with the tightening screws I've just shown you there. Just pop your fabric over the inner ring, place the outer ring on top, tighten it, and you've got that instant stability, which is what you are really looking for. And if you're working with delicate fabrics or kind of slippy materials, you can even add a little strip of cotton or bias tape around the inner ring just to give that grip. Now, hoops, these hoops, right, these are not just for stitching as well. No. You basically, they're brilliant display frames. Once your design is finished, you can trim your fabric, tidy it away under the back, and hang the whole hoop straight on the wall. It's crafting and home decor you've got here in one. That's what I want you to think about. Yes, you can do your craft, but it's all about the home decor as well. And the sizes, of course, you know, whatever you're designing on your piece of fabric, you know, you can go teeny tiny for little monograms, or you can go huge, you can go big for those statement pieces. And these wooden hoops as well give you that really sort of classic, natural look, which I think people really, really love. So whether you are someone who is just perhaps trying this out for the first time, this is your 6-inch embroidery hoop. Grab it. Look at it. It's $2.79. Take a look. It's $3.99. So whether you're cross-stitching, whether you're embroidering, whether you're punch needling, or even making hoop art displays, this is one of those low-cost, high-impact tools that every crafter should have. If you don't own one yet, trust me, once you get this, you'll wonder how you ever stitched without it. It is 6 inches, as I say, this one. It is, I mean, come on, the price is absolutely incredible. £2.79 or $3.99. It might well be that this is the thing that gets you back into doing your embroidery, and you know, maybe you've never tried it before. Maybe you're a paper crafter who wants to start a new hobby for 2026. Maybe this is the start of it in this show, in this Quickfire Crafts, buying an embroidery hoop to get you going. It is Quickfire Craft Picks. That is $2.79, $3.99, your 6-inch embroidery hoop. Debbie.
Well, you've got the embroidery hoop.
Ah!
I've got the embroidery thread. It's almost like we planned it. I was just going to say as well, can I just say, what you talked about with that hoop, I almost, honestly, you either know your stuff or you read from the script.
I know my stuff.
Ah.
I'm here 5 days a week, 25 hours a week, every week. It sometimes goes in. I've just realised I've taken 30 seconds off you there.
I am just going to tell you, absolutely incredible. But if you've gone for that hoop, then you do need to get the thread. And I absolutely love this. You are getting 20 colours in total. So I'm going to bring all of them. I'm going to have to, in fact, I might have to do them this way because I'm not even sure I'm going to get all of these on. There's that many of them. My God, look at this.
Wow,
in fact, hang fire. Let me just, oh my God, there's so many. Right, are they all on? Look at all the colours. I mean, this is, stitch colour into your soft crafts is what this is. This is literally your beautiful embroidery threads. All 20 colours in there, from your oranges, your browns, your yellows, blues, greys, browns. But I mean, seriously, look how much is there. The price for all of those 20, and I tell you, if you go into the embroidery shops, you go and have a little look how much one of those would cost you. This is £6.99 or $9.99 if you're not in the club. And look at the array of colours that you're getting. It's like a rainbow. Absolute. Look at that. That is a lot of thread for £6.99 or $9.99. Club Platinum price is £5.59 and $7.99. And I will tell you, I just went onto our website to go and see, and it came up about popping up, and you do get that 20% off the first order. I've just had a little look when you sign up to those emails.
Nice.
I just had to do it. Do you know when you've got like your scratchy? So if you're brand new to Club Inspire and you want to take advantage, I needed to do that just to put, because I couldn't remember. just couldn't remember. But seriously, that is a lot of thread for a little bit of money, and I genuinely mean it. That is utterly fabulous. You can use it alongside the calico range. You can use it onto your... Do you know if you love doing like a little bit of stitching or maybe a bit of free design or patterns? We do lots of patterns. You only have to go and have a look at that website. You can do that as well. But they do make a perfect combination with our lovely Ben's embroidery hoop.
Yes.
Because seriously, look at that. All of that for £6.99 or $9.99, and that is not with your club membership off.
No.
So I genuinely didn't know we did threads. I thought they'd long gone. That is a great star buy for anybody out there that does love cross-stitching, embroidery, because you can use that in your cross-stitch as well, but absolutely beautiful pack of 20 colours, 20 lots. So again, take advantage while we've got this great, I mean, seriously, quick fire, what is it? Quick fire, quick craft, whatever it is. Grab it while you can.
I love that. What is it? Oh, whatever it is. Just whatever. Quick fire craft picks. Remember, you're not going to see any of these deals again once we've gone over them. So if you like them, grab them. Get them into your basket. Thank you to Rosalind says, good morning from a cold, frigid Maryland. I use the embroidery thread for satin stitching cut felt items, says Karen. Hearts for Valentine, stars for Christmas, and the Nativity People dies that CC sold. Loads of lovely comments coming in. What have you guys got in your basket? Let me know. Next up, we have got one of our water reactive dye-based ink pads. This is the crushed velvet. And these are absolutely brilliant. A great opportunity for you to try one of our water reactive ink pads for the first time. If you've never had these before, they are absolutely perfect. Oh, we're doing a comparison shot, are we?
We are, yeah.
Oh,
just wanted to
hello.
quickly tell you that your water reactive ink pads are on a felt pad. These are these are literally man-made. So that is a felt pad in comparison to mine, which was the Opaque, which is that sponge. However, Ben, you've got a beauty there. My favourite colour. Love that one. A
lot of people, when they're talking about their favourites, go for the crushed velvet. But these are brilliant. And honestly, like I've only recently started kind of dabbling in the world of kind of water-soluble inks and items, and it's so much fun. These are brilliant for doing your blending. They're great for doing things like your distressing. They've got that longer open time, of course, so you've got the ability to be able to do a lot more with these, and you're going to be bringing your water into play when you use these. So great for creating backgrounds with, you know, and then you're going to be bringing in things like your paintbrushes. You're going to be bringing in things like your spritzers. You're going to be doing the Harry Potter technique, as I call it. You know, when you dip your fingers in your water and you go, what do I say? What is it? What is it? Expensive petroleum? Something like that, and then you flick your water down, and then you've got the opportunity then to bring in your heat tool, dry that layer, and then go again. That's the great thing about these, is that you can multi-layer with them as well. So you can do your splatter techniques, you can do your drips and drops, you can do like faux textures, and you can do your bleaching techniques with these as well, getting your kitchen towels and, you know, bringing those in and drawing out the ink with them. And listen, if you've already tried our water reactive ink pads and you love the crushed velvet, this is a great opportunity to pick this one up for a fantastic price. £4.79 is your platinum price on this, $7.19 if you are shopping in the US. And as I said, we are going to be showing this again. After this 20 seconds is up, this will be the only time you see it. Very handy as well that these come with the colour on the side of the actual lid itself. So if you are storing these in our ink pad trays, which are back in stock unless they sold out since we had them on the other day, they are handy to have because you can pop them in those trays and you can see exactly which colour you were working with. It is your crushed velvet in the water reactive, $4.79 or $7.19.
Right, I'm so excited about this, and you might be like me, who's got a lot of rubber stamps that are in your in the background that you may not use because you don't have like this. Do you know when we talk about the spray, the stick and spray, which is the repositional spray to put your stamps on? Well, you've got this instead. So this is our easy, thin, static, I have to say this slowly, cling mounting foam. It's 8.5 inch by 11 inches, which means you're going to get a lot of stamp uses on there, especially if you've got small stamps and things like that. Now, I am going to tell you, there's all the instructions on the front, so don't worry if you forget what I'm saying right now. But if I just peel that back, what you've got is, it's black on both sides, but this, if we can get in close, is super sticky. right? This is where you're going to put your rubber stamp onto. Can you see that stick? You see my fingerprint on there, yeah? So that is where you're going to mount your rubber stamp onto, and then you cut it to size. So I always trim it down first, then pop it on and then cut round it. So if you've got like a sheet of grey rubber, you pop it onto there, make sure it's on the sticky side. The other side, and if I just peel this back, is more of a cling. It's not a sticky adhesive, it's a cling, which means it's a repositional. So it means that you can take it on and off onto your acrylic blocks, your rocker blocks, and those kind of things as well. Now, the excitement for me in this is the fact that we've got it back in stock.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know we had any, and I've got a lot of grey stamps that I can't do anything with. Well, I can, but I'm not going to lie, it's a bit of a faff. Spray, wait for it to dry, pop it onto a thing, take it back off, find something to put it onto. This is back in stock. So I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be buying multiples of this. £5.99 or $7.99 is the price if you're not in the club. If you are in the club, the lowest you're going to pay is £4.79 or $6.39. And like I said, this is a big sheet. Very simple to use. It's perfect for all of your rubber stamps, or maybe even your acrylic ones. If your acrylic ones have lost the stickiness, you could do there, and you just need to trim round it. It was meant for, and this is how it was designed, it was meant for your grey rubber stamps.
Yeah.
You pop it onto that sticky side, like I said, stick your grey rubber stamp onto the sticky side, and then cut around that, and then when you peel back the other side, and wait until you've cut it out before you do, because otherwise you're going to get into a right sticky mess. But that is it's like a repositional cling that you then stick to your acrylic block or your rocker block or your stamping platform, whatever stamping platform. But it is absolutely phenomenal to have this back in stock. So excited. And like I said, if you're thinking, oh, I can't remember what Debbie said, I can't remember which side she said, I want you to tell you about, do not worry, because all of the instructions are right here on that sheet that you will get when it comes winging its way over to you. The question is, how much are you going to get? Are you going to get a sheet, 2 sheets, 3 sheets, 10 sheets? Take advantage.
Hi to Donna Lane, who's joined us. Tracy says, "Good afternoon, Ben, Debbie and team. Good morning from a snowy Hampton Roads in Virginia," says Karen. And Cotton Wool Cloud says, "Good afternoon from the UK, a dull day. Did Ben and Debbie have a bowl of hot soup for lunch?" Something like that. Candice Ishmael joins us. I'm just wondering, I've got a bit of paper. I might write with these, and then I might run over, get Debbie's heat tool, and just, because it's the heat erasable pens.
Yeah, of course you can.
Can I run over in a minute?
I'll let you join me on this side.
I was going to run over, grab the tool, plug it in over here, and then...
Oh, what a waste of time. You can do it if you want. I'll just come out of shot.
Okay. No, you can stay in shot. Stay in shot. Add a little bit of glamour to it.
Run.
Oh, it's all right. Fine.
Oh.
So these are the heat erasable, like, fabric pens, which, of course, those of you who love your soft craft bought in absolute bucket loads when we first launched these, because these, of course, allow you to pop your marks, pop your designs onto your fabric, and then when you need to, you then get your heat tool, in this case, and heat it, and it will disappear. So it basically writes like a pen, and then you can erase it. It disappears like a pencil. The funny thing is, though, is a lot of our paper crafters then saw these and were like, well, hang on a minute, actually, I could probably use these for things like my template library. Use these for things like my envelope templates, and that's exactly what they did. Basically, you can pop these down onto your fabric, pop these down onto your cardstock, and once you have finished with the lines, as it were, you then bring your heat tool into play, and the lines will magically disappear. Now, you're getting 3 colours in total here. You're getting your red, you are getting your black, and you're getting your blue. £4.79 or $6.36. Hey, look at Debbie. Isn't she marvellous?
He's coming running over.
She's so good.
Look, I've got you a bit of cardstock. I thought I had a little piece.
Have we got any out of the packet to save me opening these?
No, because someo's pinched mine out of here.
Dear.
I had 3 of them and they've all gone. So you can go in, because then I put some.
Never.
Do you want me to get in? How much have you got left?
We've got a minute.
Oh, come on.
Get in there, come on.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Come on, quickly.
Oh, God.
Hello.
God, this is...
Is it open?
What the...
Quickly.
These are well...
There you go.
Are you in?
Yeah,
are you in?
Yeah. Right, so, quickly. 40 seconds, right, so... Yeah. Oh, heat tool, where's the heat tool? I need to heat that up to... Look, and I'll just quickly write my name on there. Ben is cool. And then just heat this up a little bit. Need to get that to heat, 26 seconds, 25 seconds. How close do I hold it? I don't know, I've never used it before. find out. Oh, look at that!
Look.
Whoa!
Ooh, magic.
Benny's.
Isn't that magic?
Boom!
And that works on fabric as well as...
Hey, this is my sale, you shush.
Oh, sorry.
This works on fabric as well as paper, $4.79 or $6.36. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, you're keeping them over there? Yeah, keep them.
I was just going to keep them over there
Yeah,
because mine's all
fine.
disappeared. Shh, no one needs to know.
Fine.
Right, are you ready for an embossing folder? We are going to be doing a little bit of an embossing masterclass.
Straight after.
God, if I can recover. After this show. So, I love this one. It's a 6x4. I mean, come on. It's a butterfly embossing folder. There it is. Look how gorgeous that is. It is your butterfly collage. £4.99, $6.95 if you're not in the club. If you are in the club, £3.99 or $5.56 if you are a platinum member, which is just incredible. So, shall we do a little emboss? Let's do a little emboss. Let's cut this down to size. You've got my little guillotine over there.
Oh, do you want it?
That's all right.
I'll bring it over if you want.
Where's my big one gone? Oh, I've put it back. It's all right. I've got loads of time.
Are you sure?
I've got loads of time. Me being uber confident there. Right. Oh, that works out just perfectly. Now, secret to embossing, which we will go over in our embossing masterclass, is that you trim it down to a little bit less than what the actual embossing folder is, because the embossing folder has a little border on it. So we are going to trim that, and I did trim that down to make sure it fits directly into there. What that also does, it saves from all the crinkling and the wrinkling, because if you have cardstock hanging out over the edge, I guarantee you will get some crinkling. So it is a 2D embossing folder. It is just your 2-plate combination. If you're using a MIDI, it is the shim, the plastic shim, so the single plastic shim with your embossing folder and cardstock in. So Gemini 2, original Gemini Junior, 2 cutting plates. That's it. MIDI is definitely the plastic shim with the folder and the cardstock in there for that perfect emboss. And when I say perfect emboss, I mean a perfect embossing.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely beautiful. So we'll go in just that way so you can see that. Look how stunning that embossing folder is. And even though it's just a 2-level one, honestly, it's absolutely gorgeous. Never underestimate the power of an embossing folder. Everyone needs an embossing folder in their life. Everyone needs a butterfly in their life.
They do.
And you can do the deboss as well. So on the other side is where it goes into the cardstock. And there's lots of things, and if you do stay tuned at the top of the hour, we are going to be doing a little masterclass special, and we'll talk about the deboss and the emboss. But absolutely, grab yourself a great little deal. $4.99 or $6.95 if you're not in our Club Inspire. If you are, and you're a Platinum member or Platinum Plus and beyond in life, it is £3.99 or $5.56 for a cracking little embossing folder. And like I said, never underestimate a little one.
We're doing this like professionals, aren't we? Like timing it to the absolute seconds here. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Remember, you're not going to see any of these deals again after this show, because we've got to move on. We're doing straight, you don't need to change channels or anything like that. You can literally just stay tuned where you are. We've got the embossing show coming straight up on this same feed, so you don't have to change or anything. So wet and high gusts of wind in dreary Devon, says Tracy. Whereabouts in Devon are you again, Tracy? Because that's my shire, don't forget. Jeffrey Langley joins us. Hi to Carol G, who says, I use mine for the puzzles in magazines and erase them before I pass the magazine on to someone else. That's the heat erasable pens. That is a brilliant idea. Do your crossword and then pass it on to someone else. Love the erasable pens for stencils, says Pat. I use them a lot with the template library. And Tracy says, I am blown away with those erasable pens. Like the weather here, they are magic. Get them whilst you can. Stock up on the erasable pens because they are going to disappear. Something else which you might want in your life is one of our paper punches. This is our little oval paper punch. And what's so lovely about this one, so your 1-inch oval paper punch, is that obviously you can punch out, and I'll show you, these cute little decorative ovals for your projects, but also what you can do if you wanted to is create like a cute little frame with these as well, because you can join them up as you kind of snip them along. It is a brilliant price. It's £4.79 or $6.36 if you are shopping in the US. And I said this was this yesterday or today? I can't even remember. The days meld into one. You know, normally when I think of like punches, you really have to like lean into them and like push your. But these, they work absolutely perfectly. And of course, what you can do is you can pop them into your cardstock like so. Look how easy, like how gentle you press down. So gentle, you know. And then you've created your little aperture there, and you can do multiples of these, of course, if you want. You know, go along a little line. I mean, you'll do this better than I will, but look, you know, you can go along, create a cute little pattern for the edge of like cards maybe, or, you know, the edge of boxes, that kind of thing. And then whilst you've got all of your little punches going along there, you then open up the bottom. So again, just down the bottom here, you've got your little, what do you call that? Little drawer. And then you can just open up and look, 4 perfectly cut little ovals. So you've got the waist and you've got the actual oval shapes themselves to use. So it's entirely up to you what you do with these. But I think it's a really good little tool to have and a really handy one for cute, quick little decorative elements with your punch. And actually, it's just quite good fun punching stuff. I mean, with the punch, obviously, not with your, because don't do that. Don't do that, that's bad. Just do this instead. Look, I'll go the other way along this side. Look, just punch and punch. And it goes through really, really simply as well. You know, 250, 300 GSM cardstock, absolutely no problem at all. Open up the bottom and look, woo, it's raining ovals. $4.79 or $6.36 is your price for the oval punch.
Fan brush, that's what I've got. So a fan brush, perfect for all the applications where you need a little brush to do a bit of dusting. It isn't a makeup brush because I know exactly what my niece would be saying that right now if she saw this. Yours will not be this colour. Mine has just been stained because I use it a lot with our pearl powders. And I'm going to use that in a second actually to show you what I mean why you do need a fan brush. So a fan brush is different to like a paintbrush. This is not something you would use with your paints. That's the difference, as you can see. So a fan is literally all the bristles spread out in the way of a fan. And honestly, so I'm going to use that embossing folder that we've just used, and I've got some sticky ink here, and I've got some pearl powders, so I'm going to show you. So let's go in. Oh, now then, which side do I need? Raised. Yes. Let's just go in that side. Actually, nice. Might be the other side. Might be the other side. Oh, actually, though, it doesn't really matter, to be fair. No, it don't matter. Or does it? Let's go in both. So I'm going to pop my sticky ink into my embossing folder. I'm going to quickly just run that through with the embossing folder, and then we'll show you how to use your fan brush. So pop that in, and I've got my little pearl powders at the side of me, so I'll just move that out of the way. And like I said, joking aside, I know people have told me that they have used this for a makeup brush as a last minute push, but seriously, it's for your craft room. And then let's just have a little look. Where do I want it to be? I think I'm going to go, yeah, I think I'll go that way. So I'm just going to literally spin a few of those down. And this is why a fan brush is better than a normal brush. Okay, so I'll pop a little bit of that colour down. Have a little bit of the white. Keep me in check with the time, because this is me. I get carried away. Whoops. Whoops. 1:15. Getting carried away again.
Oh,
bit of blue. Because you only need a tiny bit. You don't need a lot. But yes, so the fan brush is a really good applicator for things like this. And so if I just pop that on, you then take your little fan brush and sweep across.
Yeah.
Look how gorgeous that looks with the embossing folder as well. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
And it literally goes into all the little nooks and crannies. And oh, that is stunning. Pop a bit more in there. Oh, yes. So a fan brush is now, if I was to do it with this brush, it's not the same.
No.
It isn't the same. So those bristles that are spread out means it just makes for an easier application. It's a cracking price today, £3.99 or $5.59.
Yeah.
And the Club Platinum level is £3.19 or $4. Just making sure I use all my powder up there so I'm not wasting too much. Oh, look how gorgeous it looks now. Oh. Now that's been fanned out. And that's because I had the right tool in my crafty stash, and that's exactly why you need this in your life as well. Go and grab it whilst you can, whilst these deals are on. Over to you, Ben.
Oh, I love this show. I'm loving this show so much. It's fun. To you, to me, to you, to me. Are you loving the show? Are you loving the quickfire crafts? What do you want to see? Do you want to see some bigger bundles on the show? Is there any is there a particular themed quickfire craft show that we could do, like different themes in the show? Let us know, because this is a show I think which is going to be staying around, especially when we're doing great deals like those heat pens. Sarah just said, grab me those heat pens. I'm going to give one to my sister-in-law since she works with a lot of fabrics. Nice little stocking stuffer. Tracy in Devon, I live near Totnes, Ben. Ah, yes. Lovely part of the world, Totnes. I used to go there a lot when I worked in radio down there. I worked in at Palm FM, if you ever listened down there. Tracy, and Gemini FM as well, 2 stations I worked at down that way. Karen says the oval punch is great for flower petals, cheeks, eyes, noses, and little tags. And hi, Karen Owen. She says I used my hot glue gun for the first time today. I've only had it for a year. I can't believe how easy it is. I was a bit scared of using it, but now you've used it, Karen. Oh, you're living your best life. This is a quick fire deal on our Totally Tiffany 4x6 tab divider pocket. So these are to be used as a perfect partner with the 4x6 fab file, of course, and we had that on the show the other day. It is in stock. We've got a lot of the Totally Tiffany storage range back in stock, particularly in the UK. So if you need to stock up on buddy bags, the mini binder is on the shop today as well. We had the Nancy tote back on the show the other day too, so do have a little bit of a look. What you get in here is a 10-piece selection, so you get 5 of the pockets, and you will see each of the pockets has their own little tab at the top. That's so obviously that you can divide everything up. You could know exactly what is in each pocket. We also give you 5 stickers to pop on those tabs as you go along, so you can pop those on there. You know what might be a good thing to do, actually? What you could do is buy the heat erasable pens, and then you could store various things in here, write on them what they are, and then once you've used the things in the pockets, you can then erase the ink on the actual tabs and then reuse them again to store other things. Because by the way, the pens, if you want those, are flying out of the door. They are going to be disappearing, just like the ink. But grab these whilst you can. As I say, great way to organise your bits and pieces as far as your craft card and papers are concerned. Maybe you're working on particular projects that you haven't quite finished that you want to pop in there. Maybe you could use this. Just don't think about craft with this as well. You could use these for things like maybe you like to cook, maybe you like to bake, maybe like me, you like to make soup. You can pop your recipe cards in here as well and store those in there and maybe label them up, you know, for the different types of ingredients that you use or different soups you make for different seasons. Lots of different ways. However you want to get organised with these, they are perfect. And if obviously you've got the 4x6 fab file to go with it, these are the ones which are going there, absolutely no problem at all. 5 of your pockets, 5 of the sticky tabs to pop on the tabs on the actual pockets themselves. Get organised. And as I say, if you want more, as far as Totally Tiffany storage is concerned, on the website. £2.39 if you're in the UK and you're platinum. If you're in the US, the platinum price is $3.19.
Love it. Because it's almost like we've been doing this for years.
It's almost like you and I have worked together for years, isn't it? And
I know.
Hey?
So we're on point, aren't we?
Move over. Was it Richard and Judy? Yeah. There's a new couple in town. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've been in town for ages, but now we are really in town.
Absolutely. And I've got another little cracking deal for you in the terms of an acrylic paint marker, which is in silver. Now, I love our acrylic paint markers because they go onto lots of different surfaces and not just the ones you think, like in terms of card baking. You can take this onto MDF, you can go straight onto wood, onto ceramics, onto, of course, cardstock. You can even go onto things like fabric as well. It is an acrylic paint marker and it has its little window display, which I absolutely love there, so you know when your acrylic paint is running out. Right now, this one has been primed, but I'm going to show you how to prime the pens. These are all non-toxic, so anybody can use these. And literally to use this marker, before you get started, you give it a good shake. So you literally give that a little good shake. Now, it's acrylic paint, so that does mean you can actually water it down, paint with it. You can have a little play with them as well. But give that a nice little shake. And then you'll need to pump yours. Now, mine's been pumped, but when you get yours... I knew with a little snigger then. To pump your pen, yours will be a white nib. Can we show the nib? Thank you. The nib will be white. To pump the nib, you literally are just going to pump it up and down, okay? So literally up and down until the ink... until it... until it runs through to the pen itself. So again, you can be writing with it as well, but now I'm doing this onto some black cardstock, which when it dries, you get that lovely silver, sorry, Jamie, I'm doing it again, apologies. There you go, where you get that lovely silver running through there. But like I said, these will go on to lots of different mediums. It is not just for card making, and it's our acrylic paint marker. Now, I've not even said the price. Apologies, getting carried away with myself, telling you how to prime the pen. Once it's primed, by the way, you don't need to prime it again. The only thing you'll need to do when you want to reawaken it, so to speak, is just give it a little shake for it to flow into that 3mm, by the way, tip. That's a 3mm bullet nib. The price on the screen, if you're not in the club, is £3.99 or $5.99. Of course, if you are a Platinum Club member, you can pick that up today for £3.19 or $4.79. I don't know, he even puts it in a bigger screen for me, and I still, to this day, don't look down there. So grab yours whilst you can.
Time to perfection again. I realise we're getting a few comments in, which I will read in just a second. I just wanted to bring you this final deal. Do you have our foil press? Our Gemini foil press. If you do you have the silicone cooling mat? Of course, the Gemini foil press is our hot foiling machine, allowing you to be able to professionally foil cards, gifts, you know, great for things like your invitations as well. It's a brilliant system. And obviously, when you get the foil press, you know, you will have everything that you need for you to be able to heat up all of the different foil press stamping dies. And obviously, you'll need things to go alongside that to make sure that when you're using the foil press, you are getting the very best out of it. Things like the little magnetic tweezers you've got, things like the little heat-resistant like finger guards you've got on there as well. All of this stuff is important to have when you've got the foil press. This is the silicone cooling mat, because and I suppose it depends a lot on your kind of resistance to heat. The foil press dies that you use, they do get warm, they do get hot. I'm not talking about like scorching hot, you know, but obviously we don't recommend you're picking those up with your fingers. Obviously, always use the tweezers where possible. Always use your little, you know, your finger guards. And whilst they're hot, you don't then want to be placing them down on your table, on your craft desk, potentially damaging it. What you want to do is place them down onto a mat. In this case, this mat, which has been specifically designed to work for the foil press. It is 6.3 inches by 8.79 inches, which is roughly, what, 16 centimetres by 22 centimetres. As I say, a one-of-a-kind device, the foil press, designed to give you that perfect look and feel of professional hot foiling. And this is the mat that you want to use. And if I flip it around, you can just see there. So, you know, you've got your hot foil press dies on your machine. Once you finish using them, you'll have this to the side and you'll just place those down on there to cool down when you're not using them. And then once they're cool, you're ready to go again with that. It's a really handy bit of kit to have. If you are someone who is perhaps looking for a gift idea, this has been a great show, I think. When you talk about, by the way, the heat erasable pens, they are flying. I've seen so many people, I'll read some comments in a second. Talk about like stocking stuffers and stocking fillers, as we call them here in the UK. If you are maybe not a crafter, but shopping for someone who is a crafter, if you know they've got a foil press, things like this they will need, and at that kind of price today, it's a great item to grab, get in your basket, and give as a little, you know, stocking stuffer, as a little Christmas gift this year for anyone who does have the foil press. As I say, great price on it today. If you are in the UK and you are a Platinum member, it is £7.99. If you're shopping in the US and you're a Platinum member, it is $10.39. It is your silicone cooling mat for use with the Gemini foil press.
I love it. I've got something really useful that you need in your life, especially if you colour with colour blend pencils or any wax pencil, or you colour with alcohol pot markers as well, because alcohol marker can be enhanced with a colour blend or wax pencil, or a colorista one if you've got one, but the right tools that you need. Now, of course, it works with our pencil blending solution, but these are perfect for blending and smudging your pencils or any other dry media. Now, I say that, now a lot of you know that I love tangling with Sandra. And Zantangling, she uses paper stumps like tortillion.
Tortillions.
Tortillion. That's the one. These are perfect for doing that smudge with a pencil as well. And I've got a pencil because I've pinched James from yesterday. Someone's pinched mine. I've had all sorts missing out of this bag. Shocking.
Out of your bag?
Out of my bag.
That's outrageous.
Shocking, it's outrageous, it is. But let me show you, because I have got one of my stumps here with me, because I do carry my stumps around with me absolutely everywhere. This pack is $14.99, $16.95 if you're not in the club. If you are in the club, $11.99 or $13.56, and you're getting a set of 6 in different shapes and sizes. So what I mean by that is, if you do a bit of colouring, but you don't want, you know where you'd like, sometimes with your colouring, you can see like almost a bit of, what's the right word I'm looking for there? A bit pencil-y. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So a bit pencil-y, she says.
I know what you mean.
I can't think of the right word, but where you want to get that nice little bit of smudge, you will need some of your pencil blending solution, but you don't dip it in there, you just take that in, and it literally smudges and smooths out so that you can do a little bit of blending and also get rid of those harsher lines. So I'm just going to pop that back into there and then watch that literally smudge out. So it becomes really smooth and no longer like really streaky pencil-y. And if the same applies when you are using, so if I pop a little bit of the colour down now, and then take the pencil over the top, but I want it to blend, I'll get my paper stump, and you literally just smooth that out, and it smooths all of that together. And then the same with a pencil, when I talked about, like, if you pop a little bit of shade around there, let me use the other side, let me just go in and grab a little bit more solution there. And then you can literally smudge and smooth that out. So if you do love a little bit of tangling and you want to smooth and smudge, your paper stumps are the right way to go. So 6 stumps in different sizes and different, well, I say shapes, different thicknesses there. Perfect for all of that things that I've just shown you for that price that you're seeing on the screen, including the purple box.
And that's how you do quick fire craft picks.
Is that it?
That's it. We're done and dusted. 19 items we've just done there in about 54 minutes. Do you know what? I'm pleased I had you as my partner for that first one there. Did you enjoy that, everybody at home? Was that fun? Do you want to see more of those shows? As I say, do you want to see a themed show in future with, you know, maybe a die-cutting quick-fire craft picks, embossing one, a mixed media one on our Spectrum Noir pens? What do you want to see? Let us know in the comments. We're trying to spice things up just a little bit for you on the lead-up to Christmas. Must just say hello to Jen as well, who says, I've just ordered several of the cling mounting foam. I didn't know it was a thing, and I have a lot of the grey stamps. Looking forward to using them more now that I don't have to spray them. Those are back in stock. And also a lot of people talking about the 4x6 fab file folders that we have. The price in the US was wrong on the website. Johnny has just dropped that. So if you did want to pick those up, that price will obviously now represent what we were showing you on the screen just a few moments ago. Thoroughly enjoyed that though. Pick those deals up. Highlights for me this side gotta be those heat erasable pens. I mean, they are flying out of the door. And Debbie had some fantastic deals over her side as well. What was your highlight? Oh
gosh, that's dope. I love the embossing folder. I'm not gonna lie, the easy mount stamp, I didn't realise it was back in, and I genuinely mean this. I have got hundreds of grey unmounted stamps, you know, and I've got a beautiful one with a wooden block, but the wooden block's gone a bit mouldy. I can then peel that off, put that onto there, and I can revitalise that. So if you've got things like that, that for me are my 2 top picks out of that hour.
As I say, we'll do it again, but you fire up. Listen, I'm not being funny. We chat here a lot, don't we, on days when we're in shows, and you know, we come up with little ideas. You guys suggest things, and we do them. Fish and chips. You suggested it, we did it. I'll let you into a little secret here. Craft Lab that we talked about on here, and we came up with the idea for it. It's happening. Not quite under the same name, but that show is happening. And we'll be posting soon on the socials about that show. So this is what I mean. You guys chat to us. We are very happy to take this and go to the bosses. Look, the guys want to see this. We've chatting about this. They think this is a good idea. What do you think? We're happy to do that. So quickfire craft picks. Did you love it? If you did, do you want to see it again? What do you want to see on it? What kind of stuff do you want to see on the show? You let us know, and we'll do our very best to bring you, quickfire craft picks, embossing folder special, colouring special, whatever it might be. You just let us know. Now, we are going straight into a masterclass all about embossing folders in just a few moments' time. You need do nothing. We're going to have a very, very short little break. In fact, I think it's about 30 seconds. It's going to be that short. I feel like I need a half-hour break after that. I don't know about 30 seconds. But stay tuned. We will be coming back in just a few moments' time, and we've got some wonderful selections for you as far as that show is concerned. We've got a techniques collection. We've got a 3D embossing folder selection. We've got ink pads on there as well. All sorts of tools that you'll need to get the very best out of your embossing folders too. So that is all coming up in just a few moments' time. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in about 30 seconds' time. Until then, that was Quickfire Craft Picks. Welcome back, everybody. Told you it'd be quick, didn't I? I told you it'd be quick. Thank you so much for being with us. We are, as I say, changing things up just a little bit on the lead up to Christmas. New shows, new ideas, new things coming up, and obviously old favourites as well, like Masterclass. We've got a Masterclass coming up a little bit later on, actually. Tonight at 6, we're going to be looking at some scene dies, and we're going to be crafting your stash at 5 too. Looking forward to that show, because that's one of those shows tonight where we're going to be looking at things like tonight, mount board, acetate, glitter card, stuff that you might have in your craft room that you don't know what to do with. You don't know how to get the very best out of it, all that kind of stuff. So that's tonight. This show is all about embossing folders. So listen, and I always say this tongue-in-cheek, you know me, I can be a little bit flippant sometimes. Masterclasses are our most interactive shows, I find. We get the most questions here. So you ask the questions, you ask for the requests, you make this a good show. If you don't ask the questions and the requests, I mean, you could end up going from the show going, oh, I don't feel like I really learnt a lot. Well, that's your fault because you didn't ask the questions. So the pressure's on you guys in the show to make it a good one. So fire the questions in, fire the requests in. Me and Debbie will be as professional, as brilliant as always. It's over to you guys on this one. But in all seriousness, Debbie, we've got lots to get through, some really great deals. And we're happy, aren't we, again, in these type of shows to do what people want to see. Absolutely, because I've often said this, and I always say embossing folders are the most underrated, underused items in craft, but they're the most fabulous, versatile ones, and there's lots of techniques that you can do with them. You've seen us do many classes over the years when it comes to embossing, but if you have got like a little, you know, something that's been itching away at you that you think you're not really sure if you want to ask the question, ask what it is, what, you know, whether you want to see the letter pressing, whether you want to see it on a certain, you know, certain cardstock, or what it is that you want to see on. Let me know, because I'm open to anything. I've got a few little techniques in mind that I want to have a little go at and show you, but if there's something pressing that you want, you've got an hour. Well, you really need to be like getting them in like now, not in an hour's time, because an hour's time would be flapping. But you can do, like, if you want to know, does it go on to vellum? I found some vellum. I was looking at, I had James searching everywhere, God love him, and then I found a sheet down here. I'm like, if you want to ask about acetate, if you want to ask about cardstock, glitter cardstock, if you want to see a letterpress technique, whatever it is that you want to see, let me know, and I will be gladly, I'll be the enabler. I'll do that. I'll do that for you. But yeah, I just love embossing folders, one of my favourite things. I've always said a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. So yeah, let's get cracking, because we have got some corkers onto this today. Let us know in the comments if you have just joined us as well. Happy to say hello. I know we're not officially starting like a new show, but I know loads of people might have just tuned in at 3 o'clock to join us. So it'd be lovely if you want to say hello. It'd be great to do that. Let me show you some of the deals though that we've got on this show. First up is like a technique collection, which is great because you get a little bit of everything that you will need and more in this kit. So if you're going to be embossing, you'll need cardstock. So yoink, we give you 100 sheets of our A4 smooth card. So this is 250 GSM, perfect for chopping down to the size that you need, for creating your cards with, and of course for doing all of your embossing with, whether it's 2D, 3D, cut and emboss, using it in the Gemini 2, using it in the MIDI, whichever machine, whichever sort of embossing folder, that is perfect. And you're getting 100 sheets of that first of all. We are then going to give you obviously a selection of embossing folders as well. So your first one is your anemone swirls. This is a beautiful, it's like a tinier embossing folder. This is 2 3/4 by 5 3/4 with beautiful anemones, and then the swirls there as well. Great for your smaller cards, great for like your DL size cards as well. We are then also going to give you what I would say is probably one of the most popular and one of the most beautiful and one of the most usable embossing folders that we've ever done from the Vintage Rose collection. That is the 2D Baroque frame embossing folder. You're also going to get the delicate dragonflies edgeable die, because of course, you know, if you're thinking about your embossing folders, they can be used alongside your dies. Use them for the kind of focal point of a project, use them as the background point of a project, but those delicate dragonflies will work very nicely indeed. You'll need some sentiments as well, so we're throwing those into the mix for you as well. The Celebrate the Good Times, that is a 21-piece sentiment set. You've got things like You Passed, you've got Follow Your Dreams in there, you've got Congratulations, you've got You Did It, Cheers to You. Lovely, lovely set of stamp sentiments. Now, we've given you stamps, we've given you embossing folders, we've given you dies. What else might you need? Well, you might need some ink. You might need some ink. So we're giving you one of our opaque pigment ink pads. This is the green topaz. So again, great for doing your blending with, great for using with, funnily enough, things like your embossing folders, and absolutely perfect for doing all of your embossing techniques with as well. So that's included. We're going to give you one of our duet ink pads as well. This is the Neptune in our duets. That is with the shimmer as well, actually. So these are our reactive hybrid water-based ink pads. So you've got the two colours in here. If I flip that to the side, you can probably see it a little bit better. You lay it down. For best results, if you can give it a little dry and then add your water to bring out that secondary colour, and this, as I say, is a beautiful, beautiful colour of Neptune. And with these were like the second coming, if you like, of the duet ink pads. They came with the shimmer as well, so you've got that colour changeability and you've got the shimmer with these two, so that's included. And then last but by no means least, what would be nice to go with some ink pads? Something to lay them down with, something to blend them with. Oh, go on then. You've got one of our round blending tools as well. So that is a 3-piece set which comes with the actual tool itself, and it comes with the two heads there as well. So that is £36 if you're platinum, or $44 if you're shopping in the US and you are a platinum member. Another quick deal to show you, get those requests and questions in as well. We want to hear from you. What do you want to see? What do you want to know? Must say to Sherlan, he says good morning from sunny San Antonio to Ben, Debbie and all the Crafters Companion friends. And Tara says, not sure if you still wanted Christmas decor pics, but I've sent in pictures of my Christmas village to the studio. Well, thank you, Tara. We will look for that in just a little while. Quick one here, because I realise this is only available for our US friends. It is a selection of 3D embossing folders. The first three are actually from a range called the partial 3D embossing folders that we did. I don't know why I ever start that sentence, because I never know the answer. I always go, yeah, that we did, and in my mind I'm going, yeah, just come up with it, Ben. Come up with it like a year. I have no idea when we did these. Fairly recently, it might have been last year, I think, probably last year, because a lot of you apparently had said, look, you love embossing folders, but you're never quite sure where to put the sentiment, where to put the kind of decorative elements. So we thought, you know what we'll do? We'll create a set of partial embossing folders to make it nice and easy for you. Makes it really simple. So you've got that 3D effect with these, more peaks and troughs in a 3D embossing folder. And what's lovely about these is that you've got the ability to be able to pop in your sentiment wherever you wish. So that is your beautiful butterfly. You've then also got in here the festive bauble. So we've got some Christmas ones, if you like. Some of these are multi-directional as well. I would say that one you're definitely going to be using that way. And then you've also got in here your Christmas bells, just like that. And again, it's so simple. Like embossing folders, I think, can be like the main part, or they can be like a cameo part, because this really is a little bit of ink, add a sentiment, bit of matting and layering, got a fantastic card. But you get other embossing folders, of course, like this, for example, which is your swirling waves that you might potentially use as more of a background element. They are super, super adaptable, super, super easy to use. I mean, look at that. It could be swirling winds, it could be swirling waves. Use it with things like your coastal collection, your enchanted ocean collection. They are so super usable. beautiful. And I'm so glad, Debbie, that these embossing folders and embossing folders in general have got their own show, because they are such a craftable bit of kit, aren't they?
They are, because they turn blank cardstock into something really quite nice.
Yeah.
Really quite pretty. Whether you just literally pop some mirror card through there and emboss, whether you do it on a black cardstock or a white cardstock and you just don't do anything else to it. It just transforms a bit of paper or a bit of cardstock into something quite lovely, and there's lots of things you can do with it. And a lot of people use it in the background. You can bring it into the foreground. I thought I'd have a little play, because I love guilty pleasure here. Two of my favourite things, duet ink pads and embossing folders. So I thought, oh, I'm going to have a little play. So little techniques. So I'm just going to have a little play creating a little bit of a background wash. And I say a background wash, I am going to actually do a little bit of smooshy whooshing.
Smooshy wooshy?
Smooshy whooshing on there with a little bit of, oh, we had this in the earlier show, a little bit of a spritzer.
Debbie, I'll ask a question just whilst you're doing this, which has come in from Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer, for the question. She says, Debbie, is there ever a case where you might spray your paper before you emboss? This is always a good question.
It is a good question, because I know our lovely Leanne does. I don't. However, there are times, and it's certain cardstocks that I want to use to create, to almost soften the fibres. Now, there used to be a product a long time ago that you could spritz onto there, and it would literally, basically, save your pennies. And you spritz with a bit of water.
Yeah.
Bit of water, spritz. Or I say spritz and waft.
Yeah. You're not soaking it, are you?
Don't take it down and spritz down directly on, because the chances there are you're going to oversaturate your cardstock, which then makes the fibres in the cardstock a little bit more susceptible to pull.
So then you could tear it with your folder.
So you could tear it, potentially,
right.
which is why, if you are going to do it, you literally spritz and then waft the cardstock into it, just so it gets a little tiny bit in there, and then do that. Now, I will be totally honest with you, I very rarely do that. Right. Very rarely. That's just my particular choice, but you can do that, and you can try it and see whether or not you get a bit, because to be fair, it does give a really good imprint if you get the right amount of water on. If you're anything like me, just going to put it out there, I am a little bit more heavy-handed. No! And I end up oversaturating, and then it can all go wrong. So for me, that's why I steer clear of it. I haven't quite mastered that technique, but it is doable. Just have a little practice and give it a little go. Right. Let me just dry this off very quickly, because I'm also going to have a little bit of a wash over there as well. Now, I don't know how this is going to work out. What I do love about this is the colour bloom with shimmer, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So you can see the two colour tones in there before I've even done anything. But what you also can see, and what also is more heightened, is that shimmer, that bit of sparkle that's in there, which is just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to do a little bit more to that. So I'm going to add in a little bit more just onto there. Spritz. I'll put a nice bit of water. It's almost like you can see the separation of those two colours. Yeah. Now, in the Neptune, it's like a purpley blue. It's just stunning. It's absolutely stunning. You can also take things like your brushes, and you could apply this as a little bit of a colour wash as well. So you could do a colour wash over there. So a little bit of that background. I'll do a little bit more. Let me spritz that down a bit more. And create a little bit of a background wash. And I only want a little bit. I only want to tickle over the top. I don't want to... I want to take a little bit of the white off is what I'm aiming to do. So let's go in. Now I'm wondering, who was that lady that just asked the question about the spritzing of the water?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Are you not having good results? That's what I want to know. Are you having some results where it's not quite embossing good enough for you?
Let us know. Yeah,
let us know, because there are little top tips as well, apart from just the water spritzer technique that you can do by adding some extra shims as well. So you can create some extra depth and dimension. Oops.
Oh.
I think I may have just got a little bit of ink all over some product.
Uh-oh.
It's all right, we're amongst friends.
I've got another question which I'll ask you in a minute. Thank you, keep these coming in. Carolyn's got a question for us about the embossing with the MIDI, which we'll do in a second.
Could I ask a silly question?
Yeah.
Is there a bit of squeaking going off over there?
Oh, it's my radiator.
I keep hearing a bit of squeaking, and I'm like, is there a mouse in here?
I hope there isn't.
Seriously, I genuinely, during the quick fire, whatever, that's it. I genuinely thought, what the heck, thump is going off over there? Because I was like,
seriously? It's my old joints, Debbie. I need to get a bit of WD-40, get them oiled.
Hey, you can't beat a bit of that, can you? WD-40.
Not
in your joints.
Not in your joints. We had Molly's lead the other day. Like the clasp was like really kind of beginning to get quite sticky. WD-40. Well, it's like a dream now.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to grab a little bit of water. I want a little bit of fine mist. So we'll create a little bit of a background. I can still see that gorgeous sparkle. But I'm going to also grab one of my little brushes and do a little bit of faux bleaching over the top. And you're getting this in your starter kit. I mean, that's a lovely starter kit. You've got your cardstock. It's what a cracking deal that is.
Yeah.
That's a sensational deal. It really is. And then I'm just going to let that lift. Again, you can see the colour separation, can't you, between the purple to the blue?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I absolutely love. Do you know my happy place, Ben? We sat with our ink pads.
Oh, yeah.
Just in my craft room.
Yeah.
Sat having a play with the ink pads.
Experimenting.
And just experimenting, exactly that. Exactly that. What was the other colour ink pad?
In the kit, green topaz.
Is that the opaque?
Opaque, yeah.
Ooh. Could I borrow yours?
No,
I don't think I've got one over here. Actually, it might be over there.
I'll get it. May as well do it here. Saves you faffing about.
Thank you. Is it open?
Opaque?
Yeah. Is it open?
Oh, I thought you said, is it opaque? Yeah.
No, is it open? That's the word. Oh, look at that. That looks, oh, sorry. Look how gorgeous that is. That looks lovely. And can you see the shimmer?
Yeah. Let
me just get a little dry. You're jealous, aren't you? I can tell you want to come in. I can tell you want to come and play.
I just want to come over and see it close up.
It's beautiful.
And once you've dried, you can then reapply more water if you want, can't you?
If you want to apply more water, add another colour over the top.
Oh, look at the colour there really coming through. That
they
secondary
are,
colour.
Yeah. This is why we call it Leanne's Law again.
Yeah.
I know we joke, but she's full of good advice. And she talks about it, about literally where you can keep on, I could keep on adding to there, but look how beautiful that looks.
Yeah.
And then the bit of shimmer that you can see, I mean, I love that. I think that's gorgeous. Now, don't forget I've watered mine down.
Yes.
I've done a lot of watering down with that. But I wonder if this will work in here, where we do a little bit of the topaz, a bit of the letterpress technique.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my raised side. And that's the deboss side. So yeah, I'm just having a feel. So I can feel my fingers are going in there, and I can feel, or is it? 2D is always a bit trickier than a 3D. A 3D is a little bit easier because a 3D has got more sculpture to it.
Bigger
so
peaks and troughs.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if let me have a little look, because so that would be the background where it would be white, right? And fire. So it's that side I want, where it just tickles over the top. Yeah,
yes.
We'll give it a go. Now, to apply, because opaque is a longer drying, so it doesn't dry quickly. And so it means that you can add things like your embossing powder to it as well. So I'm just going to clean out that side of the, because I don't want that side. So it does have almost like a sticky texture to it. So to apply it, a brayer is a good thing to apply it to. I'm just going to come around there and get rid of some of that, because that might transfer onto my design, and I don't necessarily want that, but I'm going to see if it works. So let's put the green over the top and then run that through. Now, you know, we said about applying a bit of water. What you can also do is apply a piece of cardstock. So I could just add into there a little shim. Or your metal shim, actually. Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Let me get my metal shim, because I've talked about this before. That sometimes you just want that extra little bit of, now because I put an ink in there, I just want that extra little bit of crunch. So it's the only time that I would say with a regular embossing folder that you could put your metal shim in. Now if you've got a MIDI, do not put your metal shim in your plastic folder, just so I can just...
Yes.
state that, because you've got that plastic shim. What I would do is put some cardstock into there. All right.
We're going to hopefully do some bits with the MIDI in a minute, because we had a question, if we can, about the MIDI.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone the wrong way. Don't matter.
Ah.
It's pushed into the cardstock. Ooh, that looks nice as well.
Does it nice?
That's the embossed side. Oh, it's quite.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. It reminds me of.
But I do like it where it's pushed in. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I like it where it's pushed in. So that's the letterpress technique on the deboss side. Yeah, deboss side. Whereas that is the embossed side. And where the ink, even though I did say I'd swiped a bit out, it's actually kept a bit in there, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And I like how it's pushed it and brought the white out. So, yeah, and then you could add things over the top of that as well. But, yeah, I quite like that. That's quite nice and arty. See, I love having a play with things like this. So I have a little play. That's your little starter kit, and that was only a couple of the elements in there. Have a little play, but we'll move on to some other techniques in a moment.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll show you a few pictures as well, because I've got a few people saying, did you show this picture earlier? Did you show that picture? I didn't. We didn't get time, so I'll do that now. Jen Shank says, lol, my knees squeak like that when I walk. My knees feel a bit like that some days, to be honest with you. All right, shush. Hello to Samantha Cheney, who's joined us, and Pat says, Ben, after someone had mentioned about a cat in the tree, that was yesterday, I think my little Penny heard you, and guess what she learned to do last night?
No.
I did send pictures last night to the studio, even though I was mad. They are cute. We'll see if we can find those, Pat, and show them. And Carrie says, I never know what to do with my embossing folders. Well, stay tuned, Carrie, because you'll pick up some tips in this show. A few pictures that I have got that I can show you. Yes, Alison, I did get pictures of your husband's T-shirts. This is the first one, Christmas T-shirt. That, Alison, is my favourite beer in the whole wide world.
Oh, it is?
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, you do love Hobgoblin, don't you?
The Witchwood Brewing in Abingdon, near Oxford. That's where that's brewed. It's lovely. They do lots of lovely beers, Hobgoblin. I love that T-shirt. And then he's also got this T-shirt. That is brilliant. I was thinking, what is that? Merry Kissmas. You know the band Kiss?
Oh, wow. That is fabulous.
These are brilliant. We've also got a picture from Pat Schoff, Max's owner, who's created. Look at this. Oh, do you remember these? What were they called? They were like the snowstorm cases that we did, Debbie. Do you remember those where you could, like the little plastic casing that we did?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Created a little snowstorm.
That is beautiful.
Love that, Pat. And then we've got, so Tara. This is Tara's like Christmas scene that she's got in her house. Tara Wade. Beautiful.
That's beyond a Christmas scene. That's Santa's grotto.
It looks real, doesn't it?
That looks fabulous. I love that.
Looks like you could just step inside that.
Yeah, I love that.
There's more pictures of it, actually. There's some more little close-up pictures there of the little shops and stores that she's got. Absolutely beautiful. We were just talking about Christmas decorations and, oh my goodness, and Christmas jumpers earlier on. That's the whole shebang. Look at that.
That is gorgeous.
How long does that take to set up, for goodness sake? That is amazing. There's tons of pictures. Thank you so much for sending that through. We are going to have a short little break. Hi to Pebble St Leonard. So the question we can have a quick look at, Debbie, if we can, when we come back from the break.
Yep.
Carolyn's saying, when I emboss using the MIDI, some of the areas on the paper have been stressed and show white. Can we look at that potentially after the break?
Yeah, I'll get MIDI.
Yeah.
Can I borrow yours? Oh, well actually, I've got
I
one
wouldn't
here.
lend it to anyone else. No, use mine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Yeah. We'll have a look at that. Any more questions, any more requests you want to see, fire them in, and we'll come back to you with more on this embossing special in a few moments' time.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community. I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends. And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials. Be it on CTV, Facebook, or YouTube, everyone is so supportive and I've learned so much. Most of it is the good times and lots of laughs, which have gotten me through some tough days. So lots of love, my crafty friends, and to the CC team. Thank you and keep up the good work.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. If you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Christmas is nearly here and we've taken over the Crafters TV schedule in the countdown to the big day.
Starting from the 8th of December, we've got some brand new shows for you. We've got Teen Treasures, Essentials Corner, Quick Crafts, to name but a few.
You don't want to miss out. It's going to be merry, magic and also crafty.
Tune into Crafters TV on YouTube or Facebook all week for expert tutorials, endless inspiration and a crafty deal or two.
Crafters TV, my favourite part is the interaction we can have with the lovely presenters. You are all so down to earth and genuine people, always willing to share and help with your suggestions. As an unpaid carer, having had to give up my job, you provide me with many light moments in my day. Your products are great, made with great care and thought, and are second to none. Thank you.
I'm here because I do love Crafters Companion products and Crafters TV.
Your products are great, made with great care and thought, and are second to none.
Love all the products. I love the tutorials we get.
Your papers shimmer and make all our crafts shine.
I love all of the products and all of the paper pads, of course.
I love Crafters TV because it shows you the best tips and tricks on how to use your crafty stash.
The quality of the products are phenomenal. Value for money is exceptional.
Amazing presenters, craft goods galore, launch days and craft vaults, deals bundles and more.
Your pens, pencils, and markers make all crafters say, they are mine.
Or I love Crafters Companion. Well, it's because I'm not a very good crafter and Crafters Companion makes me look better.
Hey you, the CC crew, you show us what to make, what to buy, how to do. Hey you, the CC crew, Ben, Sarah, Craig, Debbie, Boogaloo. Hey you, the CC crew, carry on the programme as we all need you. Hey you, the CC crew, you keep us all company and we can't do without you. I thought that was really good. And I feel like I should go, wow, wow, wow.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for the lovely comments coming through. Greetings from a chilly California, says Fred. Greetings from a miserable Newton Aycliffe. Horrible out there. Horrible out there. There's canoes out there instead of cars. People are taking their canoes home from work tonight. It's just horrendous out there. Storm Bram. I had a little quiz with my wife this morning, actually. I was surprised. I said to her, Storm Bram, name another famous Bram.
Bram?
Yeah, she couldn't name one.
Isn't that something to do with Dracula?
Yes!
Bram Stoker?
It's correct.
Stoker?
Yeah, Bram Stoker.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, she was like, she'd never heard of him. I'd never heard of Bram Stoker. And then she was like, wasn't that Mary Shelley? I was like, no, Mary Shelley was Frankenstein.
Was Frankenstein. Yes.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
True story. Hi to Pebbles, who says, hello, everyone. I'm so late to the party. We appreciate you being here. Whatever time you can pitch up, it's fine. And Urena, we will answer your question very shortly indeed. I'm sure Debbie can talk you through that. But let's go.
Should we do the first question first?
Let's do the first question
and then ask me that one, yeah?
So, Carolyn, using the MIDI sometimes has areas of the paper which have been stretched and show some white. So what is that down to, do you think, Debbie?
Now then, stretched and white. I'm assuming too much pressure, as in it's tearing through the cardstock. So I would say, look at your cardstock that you're embossing, but also make sure, little golden rules when it comes to an embossing folder, something I learnt very, very early on. Because I know you can trim them down, but why bother? Just get it cut. Because obviously when it goes into an embossing folder, what an embossing folder does with the pressure of a machine is it's stretching the fibres. It's embossing, but it's also stretching the cardstock. So sometimes you can start off with a piece of cardstock and it can end up being bigger. And you're thinking, I measured that at 5.5 by 5.5. How is that stretched to nearly like 5 3/4? It's because it stretches, because obviously the card is being like literally stretched into the fibres. Oh, sorry, the fibres of the card are being stretched into the plastic folder. So that can sometimes happen. Little golden rule though. So I've got one of the 3D embossing folders.
Oh yeah.
And this one, if I remember rightly, is 5.5 by 5.5. Now all embossing folders have a border. So when I just show you, they've got like a little border here. So for me, top tip when you're doing this is trim it down to 1/4 inch smaller. So if it's 5.5, I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4. And literally, if I put that in there now, you'll see that it fits the embossing folder with that border around it and makes that difference.
Yeah.
Now, we'll run it through, because with a thank you, Ben, for lending me your beautiful
You're the only other person
this.
that's ever used that aside from me.
And it is the first time I ever used it.
Yeah,
I've never
no
used
one
it before.
no one else. I've never lent it to anyone else.
Aww.
And I wouldn't, only you.
Now, this is a matte mirror or a satin cardstock, and sometimes with a MIDI, you can get a little bit of, I say stretching, but a little bit, can you see, oh, sorry, Jamie, sorry, you'll have to tell me off, you know. It's gone really quiet in here, I can't, that's all right. Normally you're telling me off and I'm like, and I'm doing it again, I'm up there, but I can't see nothing there. There you go, so you can see that now. Now, I'm assuming that that this area may be white, so where it's split.
Right.
So if I just show you, sometimes you can get a little bit of splittage in your card. Okay, so this will be down to the cardstock. So if I just go in close, if you look there though, that one is pretty okay, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's not really too bad. So it depends on your cardstock and depending on the pressure. Now with a MIDI, there's nothing you can do because there isn't any way you can change that. So it'll be down to your cardstock and change your cardstock. Make sure it's the right size so it fits in your folder. But there isn't anything in terms of pressure that you can do to change that. You can with a Gemini, with an electronic die cutting machine, because normally with a 3D folder, the plates that you need for a 3D folder are these three. So you use these three with that, and that means that you have got the ability to take out something if it's stretched the fibres too much and split through the cardstock and shown that white. So just look at the weight of your card, the quality of your cardstock. I had somebody come up to me at one of the shows at the NEC and he showed me exactly the same thing where it had split, but his cardstock it weren't one of ours. It was some kind of linen cardstock, and it split through the fibres.
Yeah.
And then he told me the plate combination, and I was like, oh, it's way too much pressure. So we managed to work it out so that he went back knowing that he'd be able to do that. And that's sometimes what you need to do, is just change that plate. Unfortunately, your MIDI, there's nothing you can do because it is literally just through the 3D, through the mouth of the machine. With that said, some people have often said to me as well that you don't get, like what I've got there, a really beautiful embossed all the way around edge-to-edge technology. That's when you might need to add a little shim in. Now, you're probably thinking, Debbie, you've just said running it through the mouth of the machine, there's nothing else you need to add in there. Add another bit of cardstock in.
Yeah.
Or, and I'm not talking heavyweight cardstock, maybe a 80 to 120 GSM inside the folder at the same time and run it through, and that'll give you that extra little bit of oomph. Or the water spritz technique, because the water spritz technique, waft through, you get a really lovely, crisp, even, and that is probably the only time that I would do it when I got asked that question earlier, is if I'm using my manual machine and it hasn't quite caught it, so that's when I would do the spritz, waft in and done and dusted to get that beautiful 3D embossing.
That's what we're here for, giving you all the answers to the questions that you have. being able to show you, demonstrate in real time. That's why you love us. That's why you watch us. Spread the word. There's nobody like us out there. There's nobody like us out there that does what we do. And we're going to answer your question, Uranium, in just a second. Ruth says, 28 in Virginia with 5 inches of snow on the ground. Oh. Wow. Alison says, you need to go to Whitby Abbey, rumoured to have been linked to Dracula. Yeah, the only time I went to Whitby, it was absolutely chock-a-block. It was you couldn't move because it was some sort of like...
Very busy.
It was like a Gothic festival.
Yeah, it's a very popular seaside coastal little, I'm going to say town. Great fish and chips. You're all right, George. Trust George. You make me laugh, George. But yeah, honestly, they are the best fish and chips in the country. I absolutely love them. But yeah, it's always chocolate Whitby, always.
Love the Masterclass shows to Stephanie and Tara, whose big village we saw, the decorative village. Says, Ben, the village usually takes me about 2 days to complete.
It's stunning.
It is a true labour of love. Uranus question is something that Leanne did.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember myself, and you know my brain is very, very bad at remembering. She says, good morning. I can't find the video where Leanne embossed the carved wood and iridescent pearl paste. How would she have applied that? How did she apply that?
She embossed what? Carved wood?
The carved wood embossing folder, the 3D folder, and then she used iridescent paste. She just embossed it and then applied the paste
over the top?
Yeah, because would you apply the paste, could you apply the paste and then emboss? No.
It'll be a bit messy.
Yeah.
You can, but it's going to be messy.
Yeah.
If you do that, and again, it's like with any housekeeping, you make sure paste is like a glue. It's like a sticky glue as well. So if you are going to do that, now we'll need to see if we can, I wonder who's the social media superstar today? Jan, I don't know if you can go into the depths of having a little look when she did that, but I wondered if she did that with the paste show because she launched the pastes, which were the iridescent pastes during birthday week. So I would hazard a guess it's somewhere around there when she did that technique. However, I would apply it after. I wouldn't apply it. I personally don't put a paste into a folder, run it through the cardstock and run it through there because it gets way too messy for me. And as much as I love messy craft, that's just a step too far for myself. So I would apply it afterwards and potentially use the paste like I would use a gilding wax and apply it with a bit of a finger, which I did. Me and you did one last week where we had the embossing, we had the iridescent paste at Craft Together show, and I showed you how to use it, but very similar to a gilding wax, and take it over the top, which you can also apply with a ink applicator sponge over the top as well. So that's where. But I would hazard a guess, it's around the birthday week when they were launched, when Leanne did that show. Yeah. I would say that's when she did that.
Lovely. I think we're up to date. Crafty Angie says, good morning from Northern California. And lots of love coming in for the Masterclass shows. We've got another one coming up for you this evening at 6 o'clock tonight. We're doing all things scene creator card dies. And we've also got a Crafty Stash, which I'm looking forward to. Remember the Crafty Stash shows that we did back along? So we're going to be sat down together at a table. It's going to be very, very lovely. And we've got lots of different bits and pieces to craft with. I think mainly going to be looking at the mount board tonight because we've got a selection of mount board on that show, potentially showing you how to use those with your multimedia dies, jigsaw dies, creating your own jigsaws. Oh, maybe we could create a jigsaw together and then see how long it takes us to put it together. But that's coming up tonight at 5, live at 5. So again, lots of interactive shows for you this evening, lots of new shows as part of our countdown to Christmas as well. I will just mention this also because I think this is some useful information which I've just seen on our Facebook page. Talking about Christmas delivery, if you're looking for things, as per our Facebook page, it says to guarantee delivery before Christmas, Wednesday the 17th of December in the UK, Friday the 12th of December in the US. It's all there for you. More information. I just happened to clock it a few moments ago. Right, 3D embossing folders. So these are slightly different in the fact that these are beautiful, intricate 3D embossing folders that come with a metal die and a stencil. But the stencil in this case is to allow you to create or know where to place your aperture when you are running this through your machine, so you know exactly where you can use that die to cut the aperture for each of the designs in here. So it's a 3-piece system for each of the sets. I mean, you might just want to do it without, it's entirely up to you, but this is what you can create, that beautiful heart aperture with the radiant roses. You get stunning detail here too. Debbie's going to show you these in just a second, but hopefully you can see every little minute detail of the petals, of the designs in those roses as well. And this is great because there, of course, you can then pop in a sentiment in the aperture, you can pop in a little floral element, whatever it might be, or of course turn these into shaker cards as well. That, radiant roses, Valentine's, not long. The ethereal echinaceas, again, a beautiful, beautiful floral embossing folder with the die to be able to cut out the exact aperture to fit that beautiful embossing folder. And again, you know, you talk about florals, great for all occasions, great for everybody really. And then you've also got your gorgeous gerbils, which gives you that beautiful circular aperture. And again here, look, this shows you like how amazing the design and detail is in our embossing folders. That gerber there, it looks like it's going like that, doesn't it? It looks like it's coming off the page, and that just shows you how good our embossing folders are, our 3D folders are. And when you combine them with the power of the Gemini, be it the MIDI, the 2, the Junior, whichever one you're using, this is the kind of result that you can achieve. Top-notch, top-level, professional results when you use the right equipment with the right tools. £32 for this bundle if you want to jump in and grab it if you're platinum. It is $40 if you're in the US. And we're going to have a look at these because these are a little bit different, Debbie, aren't they? Because we get embossing folders, we get cut and emboss folders, and then we get these with the dies.
Yeah, because I asked, one of the things, when we have the product development meetings, and we have a big two a year, don't we, where we put our ideas forward. And every year, for God knows how many years, cut and emboss folders, but can we have them in 3D, please? Cut and emboss folders, can we have them 3D? Leanne actually came to me and she went, Debbie, it's a slightly tricky process. With a cut and emboss folder with a 2D, very simple because it's just one level of embossing. But with sculpture, depth and dimension, trying to get a metal die in there and be able to do that evenly through any machine is quite tricky. And then she said to me, also, it's quite limiting because there's only one thing you can do, cut and emboss. Whereas this way around, she kind of gave me what I wanted because I did say about florals, cut and emboss folders. She kind of give me all in one. I have asked for bigger ones. I will just put it out there now. I feel like I'm the flag flyer for embossing folders and for bigger ones because I've asked for big A4 ones. Whether or not that gets picked up, who knows? We'll see. But we put his ideas forward. But yeah, so what we have to do here is like separate them so that you can get, and for me, not a one-trick pony, you get lots of different ways that you can use them. So, for example, you have your 3D embossing folder, which means you can just use your 3D embossing on its own without the use of having to cut apertures out or anything else. What you wouldn't do is emboss and then try to cut. Because if you try to put the die cut over there now, when you run that through with the die cut over, you are going to flatten that gorgeous 3D embossing. So we don't want to do that, but it gives you options. The other options is once you've done that, now I know it's a bit, just imagine that's the, what do you call it, if you put your thing over the top and you want to ink through, you've got the ability to do that with the use of your stencil, but what it's being made for is placement. So we know that embossing folder is 5.5 by 5.5. I've already mentioned that I cut mine down straight away to 5.25. So I'm going to place and this is a die that actually fits in and clicks, almost sits into place. Yeah. So that you can put your low tack tape, let me grab my low tack tape. You can put your low tack tape in to hold it in. Now I will admit, mine at home, all of mine, all the dies are already in the stencils and I never take them out. Not that I'm lazy, it just means I don't have to keep reapplying it. But I now know that is fitting into there perfectly, and then I'm going to apply that and cut it first, okay? So I'm going to also just turn that over, because I have cut mine down. I'm going to place that and add a little bit of low tack tape to hold that into place as well whilst I'm doing the die cutting. So we'll come in and just pop that on. Yeah. Now, to die cut, it is just the regular plates that you need because it is only a straightforward die onto some cardstock. So it's your cutting plate, your plastic shim and your other cutting plate, and run that through. And then you emboss after. So those are the little rules if you want to do the cut and emboss method. Yeah. And then when you take that off, now that's... So again, I'm going to leave that into place. just perfect for me because it means now that I don't have to worry about reapplying that the next time. And just take my tape off. And then I've got the perfect piece. Now, also, can I just say, that looks really nice. However, it's going to look absolutely blooming beautiful in a second, because what we're going to do now is place it in, line it up, and you can see where you lined up. It's got the border. It's also in the right, correct place. But now we're changing that up because it is 3D, so it's the cutting plate. So it's just a little case of getting used to it in terms of your plates. Like I said, too much pressure, too much splittage. And if you've tried it, just do it again. Omit the magnetic shim out. But on mine, I want to get that in there with the other plastic shim on the top. And can I also just state, please don't think you can use your 2 cutting plates. Too much pressure, shoot out the other end. Like I did at the Birmingham show last week, too busy talking. I forgot what I was doing. I was talking through about doing the Gemini, and I was too busy. Realised when it was too late, it was a 3D, and I got my 2 cutting plates, shot out the other end, nearly took someone out, and then shot out the end.
Oh,
do you know my
yeah.
little... I mean, it goes back in, but my flap shot across the room. Oh, I was mortified. I was also highly embarrassed because I was doing Gemini 2 tutorials.
Well, it happens to us all, doesn't it?
Happens to
Even
us
the
all.
experts.
Happens
Even
to
the
us all.
experts.
But look at that. I love the detail, especially white on white, because it almost looks like I've used a clay to get that effect. And if I just hold that there, look at that detail of that embossing, which is just absolutely stunning. And then again, just get your inks. Oh, let me get my ink pads. Ink applicators, sorry. And I'm going to do a little bit of inking just over the top. Just really quick. Now you can take time with this as well. Oh, that, I think, did I use a fuchsia earlier? I think I might have done, you know, because I can feel that this is not pale. Wait a minute, pink tulip. I feel like there's a fuchsia embroidered in there. Doesn't matter, because I was going to add fuchsia in anyway.
Any more questions? Get them in the next sort of couple of minutes, really, because it's getting towards that time of the show. The iridescent pearl paste and stencils, by the way, show was the 14th of October.
Thank you.
If you want to see that with Leanne. Also, hi to Pat. He says, sitting down and watching the rest of the show. I already saved it so I can take some notes and add it to my information book. I love these types of classes. Thank you. Again, she says, Mallory's joined us, and Janelle says, day after day, we've got a lot of boxes and packages the last few days. Been raining, too hard to take them out of my craft building. Hoping to check everything out to date and start having a play. Cannot wait to play with the My Special Papers as well.
Oh.
Yes.
My Special Papers. God, they're stunning. Absolutely stunning. I'm just going to go in just into the middles with the darker ink. So I'm just using the pink family here. So that's a pale, well, no, pink tulip, fuchsia, and plum jam, just to get that little bit of consistency. And like I said, straight away, it looks like I've coloured it in, but I haven't. I'm going to go in with the greens. Let's go in and just add a little bit of green into there, into the leaves. And if you do love colouring, and it's one of those crafts that I do absolutely love, but obviously I'm a little bit tight for time, so those kind of that kind of effect when you're using like a colouring medium over the top, I mean, looks stunning, worth doing it, but you need a bit of time because you colour each individual one, so you need a little bit of time for that. So if I just add, let me go in with a darker one, grasshopper.
Are we doing mountain board at 5, aren't we?
We are, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, we've got mountain board. Yep.
And then scene dies tonight.
Yep, scene dies, they're coming up later.
Nice educational end to the day.
And then I've got to drive home in this awful weather.
Oh, boo.
I know. Every time, I was telling you earlier, weren't I? I said every time, I've been driving a lot recently, and every time I get in the car, it's raining. I haven't had a day where I've not driven and it hasn't rained. It's frustrating, to say the least.
We've got George's parents' evening tonight.
Oh.
Done over, they do it over videos now. They don't go and see them.
What?
Yeah, it's all done digitally now.
You are kidding me.
No, you don't go
Really?
in. Yeah, ever
well,
since
the
COVID.
lazy devils.
Since COVID.
Is it since COVID?
Yeah.
Wow.
The hilarious thing is, because he's very clever, George, he doesn't take it from me, but they've done his predicted grades because he's doing his A-levels at the end of this year. And he was predicted, he's predicted an A and a B in 2 of his exams. And then he's got this creative media. And I'd forgotten that he's doing a B-Tech in creative media rather than an A-level. And so he'd got an A, a B, and then it said creative media, D. And I was like, well, that's terrible. How can he have an A and a B and then a D? Like a D is like, what's he doing? Why has he not been concentrating? And I was about to send him a message and I was like, oh, hang on a minute. That's a B-Tech, not an A-level. D, distinction.
Oh my God, your boy is so clever.
I don't know where he gets it from, honestly.
He is, isn't he? He's gonna do great things, your lad.
I think he is.
He is.
He's looking for an apprenticeship now. He wants to go into graphic design. Maybe we could get him here.
Oh, wow.
Hey?
Graphic design. How amazing is that?
Yeah, an apprenticeship next from September he's looking for if he gets his exam results.
Oh, I forgot to colour them in. Look at me, they're green. They're leaves.
Oh, yeah.
And I've just added a little bit of extra oomph to it by adding a little bit of gilding flakes.
Gilding wax.
Thank you.
Wax.
Oh, anybody been thinking I've been working? Mind you, I have been working quite a lot just recently, so we're like, yes, Debbie, that's why...
the brain's a bit frazzled.
Is Fisher back off the holidays yet?
Is she yet?
Is she back?
I see the picture of her on Facebook today trying on hats in Memphis, Tennessee.
Has she?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. She must be back soon, though, because she's at Hobby Maker at the end of the week.
And then this week?
I'm sure it's Friday, you know. She's down at Hobby... I might be wrong. Oh. I might be wrong, you know, but I'm pretty sure she's back. Pretty sure. I could be wrong.
Feels like she's been away... Well, she's been away quite a while, hasn't she? A couple of weeks, I think. So she must be back soon.
I'm just going to put that behind the back of it so you
Look
can see just how beautiful that looks.
Oh, yes.
And that's just a little technique that you can be doing. Do you know what you could also do? Have you got some vellum? I've got time, haven't I? Let me get a bit of vellum as well. So that I'm not going to lie, those embossing folders, I absolutely blooming adore. And I love the different ways that you can use them as well.
Yeah.
But, bit of vellum. Let's go in. And where's that gorgeous... I didn't put ink in that rose one, did I? Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cut this to 5.5. It might just show you the wrinkle if I do it this way. Which is why I always say it's important to make sure you've got... There it is. Now, I love this for this reason. When you put a bit of vellum in, and this can apply to acetate as well. Oh, actually, I might have got a bit of acetate. I'll have a little look. Now, it's still 3D. However, might be a bit too much pressure. Well, we'll give it a go.
Yeah,
but it might be too much pressure, that, and it might split through. But then again, this is a good way of... I can hear it. So for this is when, if you're using something, obviously it's thinner, and it's a different kind of material that it's made from, and the fibres. But what I love about, I mean, genuinely, the effect, and I'm just going to, because I just want to trim this down, but the effect that when you put vellum in, or parchment paper, you can use parchment paper. Now, I will say, parchment paper is a tad more expensive than a vellum, okay? So I personally wouldn't use parchment paper for this technique.
Is that what you call like a faux white work?
It's almost like you've done some white work to it. Now, I wonder, does it show you? Oh, perfect.
Oh, my goodness.
I love it when you do it on there. Now, I will just say, do you know when I said to you about too much pressure because I heard it almost like cutting through? This is a classic example of when you need to take out one of your shims because it has kind of split in places. However, that looks absolutely phenomenal. And then you could colour behind it. So you could take your vellums and get... I would probably use a softer, like a pencil, a colour blend pencil, and colour behind it. And then you've got a lovely, another different effect. So take your colour pencils, colour behind the back, and then you've got a lovely effect on there. But I do like the white line work. It almost looks like you've done a little bit of parchment craft on top of vellum, but you haven't because it's just an embossing folder. And that's another lovely way that you can use your embossing folders as well.
Absolutely brilliant. And a thank you to Stephanie as well, who's just followed this up, just saying, I think the results with the Crafter's Companion embossing folders are outstanding and I love them. What a fantastic show. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed that. It's been nice, hasn't it? We had the chaos of the quick fire craft picks, and then we've had the kind of more laid back masterclass just now, so thank you for all those questions coming through. We've got another masterclass coming up tonight at 6, so we'll do the same again at 5 o'clock. So we will have a Crafty Stash at 5, where we're going to be looking at, as I say, amongst other things, mount board. It is one of those shows, an opportunity where we give you the chance to dig out things like mount board, acetate tonight, glitter cardstock, and just show you the kind of things that you can do with that. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight in the Crafty Stash show. Once again, we'll kind of highlight what is on that show, and if there's anything particular that you want us to talk you around, show you around, we can, and then you can obviously jump in and grab all of those deals as well tonight. And then at 6 o'clock, we've got for you another masterclass, which is all things scene dies. So again, in that show, we have got a mixture of scene dice collections. We've got aqua markers on that show too, on a brilliant deal. I feel like we've rolled over some of the deals that we had at the back end of last week's Craft Bot and put them into that show tonight. Well, I was going to say without ruining it too much, I'll ruin it. We've got a buy 3, get 1 free on the aqua markers, and we've also got the return, if it's still in stock, it's on my list, of the pen and ink palace. We had that in a bag last week on Craft Vault, so if that's still in stock, you will want to snap that up, because it is one of the most fantastic storage systems, I think, from the Totally Tiffany range. It looks amazing, and as I say, you can store all of your goodies in there as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for a fantastic show. Thoroughly enjoyed that. We will be back for more fun at 5. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye for now.